Greetings all. Fanny here for Cancer's weekly message. Cancer, I hope you guys are starting off your week good. Have an interesting pool that came out. Ooh. Cancer, the first thing I want to warn you of is excessive spicy words. Now, spicy words is what the energy alchemist Aaron consciously has taken to referring to very negatively labeled words. Excessive use of curse words, wishing ill upon someone, wishing harm upon someone, or genuinely talking bad about someone's dreams, wishes, or life in general. Spicy, negative words. I only say this because we have the Judgment in reverse and the Tower. Now, Generally, I'm not afraid when the Tower comes out because it just means a necessary change has to happen. With the Judgment here, I really feel like you would take or could take this Tower moment very personally. And like what it states for the verse is weakness, simplicity, deliberatation, decision, and sentence. There's also another word on here that I'm not entirely sure what it means. I actually want to look up what this word means. Okay, so the word is pusillanimity. It means a lack of courage or determination, which I really don't. I feel like that is the root of what is going on here with this Judgment in reverse and the Tower in reverse. Not doing something because of a lack of courage, faith, or confidence in yourself and the fear of the judgment that is going to happen from it. But things have to happen. Things have to shift. The world still moves around you while you're waiting for something to happen. It's like a conversation my mom and I were having just this morning about, like, she's putting everything on the children's book getting finished, but because of how our situation is, she doesn't have all the time in the day to work on it the way she should. And she's been in a bit of a depressive state. Well, Spirit has decided to immobilize her by giving her a really bad sprained ankle and then re-spraining it with the dogs running into her. And she's been realizing that she still has to work on things, even though what she thought she needed to do to be the threshold is going to be put on hold. Adapting to your situation and what you think needs to do. Yeah, exactly. This Two of Pentacles kind of energy. You cannot stay in one direct linear motion your entire life. I mean, think about a crab itself. The animal of your sign. They don't move just straight forward. To get where they need to go, they have to do side steps and move differently than a normal creature would. Magician in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Going back to that Judgment in reverse. You feeling or thinking you can't do something, when in reality, you have all of the tools and angels watching over you. You have so much more. It is a self-limiting belief that is holding you back. It is a self-limiting belief that is stopping you. Whoa. Hang on. There's something that's flipped over in my deck. I thought it was backwards. Uh-huh. Okay. Let me take you three. And anyone else wanting to say something? Okay. I was looking for more cards that were already flipped over, but when it was almost done, one kind of flipped in my hand. So the chunk that was flipped over for you is Temperance in reverse, another symbol of balance there, or needing stability. The Three of Cups in reverse, not wanting to rely on other people, not wanting to work with other people on a situation and thinking you can do it all by yourself when that's not the best thing for you, with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is usually someone who needs absolutely no one. But because of this upset and upheaval that has been caused by this lack of confidence in yourself, by this Tower moment, you are going to need people. And there'll be a reason to celebrate for it if you allow yourself to go through this journey. And that is like the only thing. You have to allow yourself to accept the energy, to accept the change and redirection that Spirit is trying to offer you. Because, well, yes, you have what you want in your mind. The course of action and route that you take to achieve that is going to be very different from even how you've seen it out in your mind. I can honestly say that my position where I am at with my business and personally was not in the plans of when I decided to do this years ago. Like, I never thought that I would be a reader. I never thought that I would be an open artist or writer sharing my story with people. You have Coyote and Datura, deceit. I feel like that is, again, something that you are putting upon yourself, telling yourself you can't do something, telling yourself that you need to reach a certain threshold, you need to go through a certain thing, achieve a certain milestone before you will allow yourself to move on or be happy or even try to be happy. But look, you have success. The chipmunk and the laurel. Hawk and thistle. Graceful persistence. Sorry, Cancer. All morning I have had like some throat chakra energy building up to this. And I'm trying to work it out as I'm speaking the words that need to be said to each sign. For you, Cancer, I certainly feel like it is... Your physical success has a lot to do with your emotional health. And for some people on the surface, they may not see the correlation between those two. But emotions are energy in motions. Your everyday life is dictated by the energy you carry, put out into the world, and accept in yourself, whether you are conscious of it or not. That is how your day is accepted. For example, take your Mondays, for example. If you go into the day knowing there's like, oh, it's Monday, it's going to be garbage, guess what? You're going to have a garbage day. Because that's what you're going into it with. You're going into it expecting it to be garbage, so Spirit's just going to send that right back to you. However, I promise you, if you go into your day and find one thing to be positive about, even if it's just you got all green lights on your commute, and maybe that commute is just downstairs to the coffee maker, but if you didn't get disturbed going to get your coffee, that's a fucking success. Finding little things like that to be grateful, reground yourself, and like come back to your everyday situation, because there's a lot of head energy here. And that can get very, very distracting and overwhelming very easily. So we have the mouse and the buttercup with the innocence. To me, this is immediately childlike innocence. What made you happy as a child? I mean, think about it. A child doesn't have self-confidence issues until they are taught something that they love is not accepted. A child doesn't have anger issues until they are taught that something about them is not accepted and must be repressed, must be hidden. Children are not born into this world with fears, doubts, and anxieties. That is something we pick up from the world trying to destroy us. That is something we gather from people deciding and putting information on us, and us taking that in on whether or not we will and will not accept that as our own. And sadly, we accept a lot of bad shit because we think that's who we are, or we think that that's the label that we must have. Go back to being a child. Go back to being innocent. Go back to being joyful. Go back to just doing something because you fucking wanted to do it. Have the ice cream at the middle of the night. Please brush your teeth and drink some water afterwards. Be a responsible adult still. But there is somewhere your life is very much out of balance and it is disrupting everything. I think it has a lot to do with your emotions and how things have been processed. I could be wrong, but trying to achieve balance and healing right now, I think will take you a very long way, Cancer. Have a beautiful day, my love.